Hawi hawi ne gai na we are here. Ho ya ho we are here. Ho ye ne we are here. Ho we are here. Hawi hawi ne gai na we are here.
What does it mean to be Canadian? Most people would say there's a lot more to it than just hockey and maple syrup. We take pride in our reputation as humanitarians and peacekeepers. We are Canada the Good. Occupation and resistance? An intimidating military force. Peaceful protests being met with unreasonable violence. Only in other countries, right? Not here. Never here at home. Welcome to Canada.
What was really hard about being at that blockade is seeing the riot police, and they were like soldiers. Not being able to answer the question, what is this about, except that they were trying to intimidate these people.
Nobody here is armed. Nobody here is armed.
There was no reason for them to be pushing them back up that road, up that gravel road to the reservation, except to say, this is where you belong. Don't go any further. This 59 acres is all you get.
There are lots of old people and children here. We don't have to use force.
There's a large part of Canadian history that many of us don't know about. It's a story of underhanded deals and broken promises, of land treaties signed and ignored, of cultures being systematically wiped out through residential schools and racist laws. It is a story of land being stolen, land being abused, clear-cut for paper, gouged and poisoned by mining, made useless for future generations. It is a story of 500 years of racism and oppression. But it is also a story of resistance.
That turtle there, no wonder they have so much uranium inside there. It's her heartbeat beating in the inside there. We can't let this go on. People in Ontario are moving in from an industrial into a commodities market. And if the Mining Act isn't changed, they're going to walk over the people. They're going to take things just like they did from the Mississauga people. We can't let that happen. We need a share in this land.
We've already proven the court is not the place to resolve Aboriginal land issues. We believe that the land that we have around Kitchener-Megawsip is all that we have left for our people.
This is a visual for the McGuinty government to see that their attitude of administrative indifference, and in this indifference, if they can sit back and do nothing, but we're not going away.
The people of Grassy Narrows are a part of that history of resistance. Their lands have been logged with no consideration of their rights and needs. The government won't stop the loggers. The Canadian laws won't. So they've created blockades and done it themselves, stopping the logging trucks from accessing the forest. They did it peacefully and they stood their ground. Grassy Narrows' way of life depends upon the forest that was being clear-cut for paper. Many in the community mobilized to get the word out on what was happening to their land.
Here, now we're in this bay here.
Christian Peacemaker teams responded to Grassy Narrows' invitation to witness the effects of clear-cut logging on their traditional territory.
They went way back in here, so close to the lake.
Starting in December, 2002, and over the next year, a team accompanied the blockade. In spite of this blockade, the longest-running Indigenous blockade in Canadian history, the logging or threat of it continues. CPT continues to bring delegations to hear the story of Grassy Narrows, to initiate and to participate in public actions exposing the injustice, to provide a supportive presence at Grassy Narrows-led events, to communicate to the public through mainstream and alternative media, and to advocate through letter-writing campaigns to Canadian federal and provincial governments. This echoes CPT's partnership and work with other Indigenous communities in Canada.
I think of stories that my mother would tell of growing up on my grandfather's farm, and how he would go plowing and find arrowheads, and he would give the arrowheads to my mother to play with, and she didn't think anything of it. She just thought it was so cool that there were these artifacts in that she got to play with. Until recently, she never thought, and I never thought about what those arrowheads meant. The fact that there were people on that land. We know for a fact that land was land that was taken, land that was stolen. So just my whole history is one based on stolen land. I just feel like as a Canadian citizen, as a peacemaker, as someone that can be active, that it's my responsibility to do something about it.
How can you help? You can start by learning. Find out about your country's history relating to Indigenous people. You'll be surprised. One great way of learning is to join a delegation, go to the communities that CPT is partnering with, and hear these stories firsthand.
She had blisters on her feet. She walked 10 kilometers.
Then take action. Make your own voice heard. Contact politicians and companies that are logging or mining or building developments on disputed lands. Go to www.cpt.org to join our mailing list. You'll receive stories about what's happening in our partner communities, news about current events, as well as alerts about letter writing campaigns and upcoming public actions in your area. The relationship between Indigenous peoples and settlers shapes our current reality and anticipates our future. We are all treaty people with rights and responsibilities. Understanding this relationship is key to working towards a better future for ourselves, our children, and our peoples. There's much work to be done. The road ahead may look long and hard, but it needs to be walked, and we can do it together.